Over the years, we at Youngblood R&D have managed to acquire a number of pieces of technology. Some of those technology have come from earthbound sources: biomasks, wrist blades, predator spears, hell, even body parts. We have studied these things to the best of our abilities. One predator has left a mark on our research division, and that is the predator Youngblood called Scar. Former Youngblood is probably more accurate, as it appears that the young warrior was scarred, receiving his clan symbol, presumably by himself, after he eliminated several xenomorph within the pyramid structure on Bovu Island. It was here, along with two of his comrades, Celtic and Chopper, that he was to undertake the initiation ritual. All three warriors succeeded in eliminating virtually the entirety of the Wayland Industries expedition to the island. From what information we have, Scar was in fact responsible for Charles Bishop Wayland's death. However, we see this as perhaps a more interesting aspect to the predators. After all, Charles Bishop Wayland had lung cancer at the time. It was terminal, however. We believe that the predator would have abandoned him. Scar would have left him to essentially rot in the pyramid. But Charles Bishop Wayland, being the man he was, wouldn't allow the predator to turn its back on him, thus attacking him, forcing Scar to kill him with his wrist blades. Whilst it's not entirely known whether or not Scar actually knew that Celtic and Chopper, the other two Youngbloods, had died, one can assume there must have been some form of connection there. After all, it was shortly after this, and shortly after his own infection by a facehugger, that he decided to ally with Lex Woods. This could be partly because when she was identified by him, she knew that the Predator plasma caster she had in her backpack was valuable to Scar, and was hoping to trade it basically for her own life, which succeeded. The plasma caster itself was destroyed later on as they were attempting to escape the pyramid. Shortly after setting a self-destruct system, they escaped. The result of this, shall we say, rather noticeable explosion was a very large crater in Bovu Island, with both of them believing that they were the only survivors of the explosion. Scar gave Lex Woods his own clan symbol, thus essentially making her a blooded warrior. This, however, was a short respite. The xenomorph queen of the Antarctic facility survived. During the battle, Scar was mortally wounded by being impaled. Lex, however, was quite fortunate. She managed to trick the xenomorph queen to get close to an old crane rig, tying chains and then forcing the rig itself to collapse into the ice and then fall off the edge, dragging the queen to her presumed death. Shortly afterwards, Lex remained with Scar until he took his last breath. After this, the elder predator of the clan decloaked almost on top of Lex. She was quite surprised by this because she didn't even hear him approach. Much to her additional surprise, the entirety of the starship, the Predator mothership, decloaked, along with a large number of Scar's fellow clansmen. After retrieving Scar's body and leaving Lex with a Predator retractable spear or combi stick, Scar's body was placed upon a plinth to honour his soul and his nobility. After all, he had survived long enough to become a blooded warrior and deserved a warrior's funeral. However, this wasn't to be the case, as shortly afterwards, a scout ship was detached. Unfortunately, it had an unexpected cargo. Scar's body had been infected with a xenomorph parasite, and as a result, a pred-alien chestburster was born from him. The creature escaped into the ventilation system and found its way into the small scout ship attached to the side of the mothership. When the vessel detached to further scout the Earth for viable locations for xenomorph infestation, the pred-alien matured, and as a direct result, slaughtered most if not all the crew on board the ship, causing the vessel to crash land on the planet. The pred-alien then escaped and terrorized the town of Gunnison, Colorado. After the dispatch of the scout ship after the pred-alien chestburster was born from his corpse, it's not known what happened to his body. However, Scar's legacy in many respects can confidently be said lived on. After all, several pieces of combi stick were recovered from the site, as well as fragments of what appears to be a retractable, detachable wrist blade. Whilst we have yet to identify any other technological fragments from Scar's encounter with Earth, one can say this for certain. He will certainly live on in the heart of Lex Woods, as well as our own research division. After all, this was the first encounter with a predator that actually seemed to ally with a human. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe for more videos and data files pertaining to the alien and predator species, and click the bell notification to be told when I upload a new video. We at Youngblood thank you for your time. This is Youngblood R&D, signing